Hello, beautiful, and welcome to the Prosperous Womb. So, today we're going to dive into marketing triggers and cognitive biases. But this video is actually about five of the biggest cognitive biases that we can use in our coaching businesses to support creating more impact and working and enrolling clients that we want to spend quality time with and whose lives we want to impact. So, in this live, I'm going to dive into five cognitive biases, talk about the distinction between marketing triggers and cognitive biases, and also show how we can use this specifically for selling high-end coaching offers. And then talk about how I've seen it used differently in a way that doesn't support you to sell at all. Okay? So, if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Mimi Dabo, and welcome to the live on high-end coaching clients. Working with them, enrolling them, marketing, positioning, messaging, all of the things. If you're here live, let me know. If you hear what you're in the replay, let me know. So here we go. The first of the five cognitive biases is one that supports you to really connect on a deeper level with your clients. But before I get to that, marketing is like music, right? High ticket marketing allows us to share our messaging with our clients on all the platforms in the world. However, we want to really master and stay on the platforms that we enjoy playing on. So choose your favorite instrument, master it, and then play on that in your business, because that allows you to master the biases, to master the understanding what your clients want from you, and to master how you create and share your messaging and your offers. Okay? When it comes to marketing triggers, it's things like urgency, it's things like pain points, it's testimonials, it's the things that influence your buyers to have FOMO. Okay? They're scared because they think, oh my gosh, if I don't get it now, it's really urgent, it's painful if I don't have it now. And I'm not going to dive into that today because I don't really use marketing triggers in my business. I'm going to talk about cognitive biases, which are the windows to your client's soul. It's the way that your client sees the world. A bias is what your client believes about herself and the thing that supports her to remember who she is. So a cognitive bias is something that supports your client to say things to you like, oh my gosh, you're in my head. When I read your blog post, I thought, how does she know? Is she in my head? How does she know that's what I want to do? She totally gets me. That's a cognitive bias. A cognitive bias does three things. It supports your client to remember something they've done. It reminds them of something they've thought about doing but haven't done. And then it reminds them of who they are to do the thing they're scared to do. That's what cognitive biases do. And there's one company that does this really, really well, and that's Disney. Disney is one place where you plan to go spend your money. You're excited to go spend your money. And you know they're basically there to get all of your money from you. And it's totally okay. It's irrational, illogical, unreasonable, doesn't make sense. But you're going to throw all your money at them. That's what cognitive biases do. It supports you to show up and buy $1 million coaching offer. And you have no idea why you just bought that. But it totally makes sense to you and doesn't make sense to anybody else. It supports you to go buy the Tesla. And you wonder, what am I doing? It doesn't make sense, but you're sucked into it because there's ethical biases that support you to get what you want. And this is what I want to share with you today so you can be able to allow your clients, give them the opportunity to make decisions to invest in your $1 million coaching offer. When I think of a marketing trigger, this is what comes to mind for me. And this is why I don't do it. This is why I'm focusing on biases. It's like me opening a store that sells mouse traps, right? And then I send cheese to all the people in the neighborhood so that they can get mice and then come buy my mouse traps. And then tomorrow I start a sale that says, I have 100 mouse traps. It's going out of sale. You're going out of business sale. Come and buy it. And then everybody has FOMO and runs to buy it. And the next day I say, oh, you know what? I found 1,000 more mouse traps. So come on, the sale continues for just one more day, 24 hours, or you miss everything. And the mice are going to ruin your life. You know, pain points, scarcity, urgency, all the things. Now, a bias is more elegant. You throw your money at the person, at the business, and you don't even know why, but it's done in an ethical, and the emphasis on ethical. So let me dive into the 5 cognitive biases. The first is what I call the beginning of the brand loyalty effect, or the halo effect is what it's officially called. And the halo effect is, it's basically first impression, okay? It's what you make your client feel about herself when she lands on your website, when she sees your messaging for the first time, when you meet her on that marketing platform, wherever you are. It's that first impression. Does she feel seen? Does she feel valued? Does she feel held? Because that first impression is going to support her along that client journey in your sales funnel, in your marketing funnel. It's going to support her to love you, regardless of what you're selling. It's going to support her to love everything you have, whether it applies to her or not. And on the days where you're having your worst day in your business, it's going to support her to love you still, because she can't see past how amazing you've made her feel. And, we see this in business all the time. An example is, let's say a celebrity is selling a lotion, is the face of a lotion for a lotion company, and you've never wanted to use that lotion. You look at it in the store, you don't even think about it, but you see her on TV putting it on and saying that's what gives her her youth and her beauty and her beautiful skin, and all of a sudden you're buying that lotion. And then if the company does something bad, you see past that because you're so loyal to that celebrity, you like her, and the likeness and love you have for her is put on that product, okay? We see it all the time. This is why when celebrities release their own product, it sells out in 2 minutes, because we don't care if the product is great. We just are so loyal. We just love that person so much. We're so attracted to them that we get what they have regardless. That is that first impression. It's the halo angel effect. We see this in the coaching industry. You go to Instagram and you see a coach and you see all her filters and her life looks amazing and perfect. And you just feel like something tells you, I need to be in her energy. That is the halo effect, because you see it and you think, oh, I've fallen in love with her. She can do no wrong. She can come online and sell a masterclass where she doesn't tell you what it's going to be. She doesn't say anything. She can sell you air and you pay for it because you just want to be in her energy. I've done it. I work with a lot of coaches whose energy I just want to be in, and I'll pay for stuff I don't even know what they're selling because they haven't said it. And I'll go in there and thank God I like this. I like the thing because I literally came in because of the halo effect. And while I'm doing it, I know it's the halo effect, but I'm still doing it because that's why it works. So again, look at your business. How can you do the first impression in a way that clients want to stick with you forever? But there's also the reverse halo effect when it comes to women coaches. So if you're selling a $100,000 coaching offer or a $50,000 offer or $300,000 offer, the reverse halo effect is when, excuse me, the reverse halo effect is when you get in bed with your client's wallet. When you look at someone, make a first impression and think, oh, they can afford my services. There's no way they're going to work with me. That is reverse halo. I've done it before. When I first increased my coaching offers to $15,000, I had a client who showed up on a sales call, and she had just got dumped by her boyfriend. She had no money. She lost her house and she was living in her car. And it was the first day of me increasing my rates from $10,000 to $15,000. And I thought, there's no way, but I'm going to go on the call and I'm going to be really polite. We got on the call and she said yes to the offer. And I thought, what are you going to do? And she said, I don't know, but I know I'm going to make it work. Can I pay? What's the installment payment plan? And I told her, and she made it work. And the first day she showed up on a sales call, I asked her, I said, what made you say yes to this offer, even though it was completely out of what you thought was your budget? And she said, it was the way it made me feel to say yes to myself, to something that I never believed I could have. And it also supported me to be strong and get over my relationship pain. And it also supported me to know that I am being who God is calling me to be. And, I felt two kinds of ways. One, I felt really proud of her and happy for her. And the other side of me, the scarcity side of me, was like, how can I take her money? But when I saw how she stood up for herself, how she leaned into how powerful she was, because I did not get in bed with her wallet, I learned the reverse halo effect. Do not get in bed with the wallet, okay? There's another reverse halo effect, and that is, who are you impressing? I see a lot of clients who come to me because they're tired of impressing people and they just want to chill and be themselves and charge what they want to do for their work and work with people they love working with and enjoy their lives. So I always say, who are you trying to impress in your halo effect? Are you trying to show up with a suit and a coat and tie and pretend that you're somebody else because you want somebody to like you or invest $500,000 in your offer? You don't think they'll pay you if you wear jeans and a t-shirt? So the reverse halo effect says, be who you are. Don't impress the wrong people, because when they come to work with you, you're going to get burned out, you're going to get drained, and you're going to hate them, even if they're throwing money at you. So allow people to throw money at you who you actually enjoy working with, okay? Halo effect. And let me know how this is landing for you if you're live. Lawyers do the halo effect all the time. This is why some law firms, for trial lawyers, when I was a lawyer, we used to go into court with the lawyer that we deemed charismatic. Because when the jury fell in love with a charismatic lawyer, it didn't matter what the facts were at that point, okay? It happens every single day in every single trial. Lawyers use the halo effect so effectively with their charisma, the way they look, the way they talk, the way they sound, and the jury falls in love with them, and they can't see past that. All right. So the second cognitive bias that I've seen work for women who are selling high-ticket coaching offers is what I call the messaging power, the power of messaging. You know, I talk about messaging all the time, but it's really important with this bias because it allows you to serial position yourself. The cognitive bias is called serial positioning. And this is basically something that affects your customer journey. Serial positioning says there's two things. There's a primary effect and there's a recent effect. So basically says people are only going to remember the first thing you say to them and the last thing you say to them, and they're never going to remember what's in the middle. And again, we use this a lot when we're trial lawyers. We talk about the opening argument and the closing argument. That's what the jurors remember. The stuff in the middle, they get to see that in the jury room. They don't remember that stuff. And in business, it's the same thing. When you're doing your marketing, focus on your opening and your closing, because that's what people are going to remember. The first thing you say gets to be compounded. Weave it into the conversations, your sales page, your webinar, your messaging, your emails. Weave that first thing you say into everything in the document or in the conversation, because it compounds. People remember the first thing because it compounds. And people remember the last thing because it's the most recent thing in their memory. So when you look at your messaging, you look at your marketing, you look at your webinar, you look at all your sales journey, your customer funnels, where are you emphasizing points? In the middle or the beginning and the end? Because that's where clients land. That's how you get paid. That's the second effect. The third cognitive bias is based on, I think, the second one, and that is called recency. I call it recency and frequency because those go together. So this one is basically about staying top of mind, okay? How do you stay top of mind for your clients? Let's say there are two coaches. One of them is sending emails out 5 times a week, okay? And at the end of every email, she offers a lot of value and she sells a product, makes an offer, whether it's to click a link, to book a call, whatever it is. And then there's another coach who only sends emails once a month when she wants to sell something, when she's launching a product. Who do you think is going to be top of mind for the people on the email list, the people on the webinar, wherever they're sending information to? Who is showing up more frequently and consistently, and who just showed up last week? People are always going to remember the most frequent and the most recent thing. And they're going to know, like, and trust the one who shows up frequently and most recently. They're going to think the person who just shows up once a month to sell is just using them like a booty call, like, oh, you just want to have sex with me, okay? The other person is going to wine them, dine them, get to know them, so they create a relationship, a know, like, and trust, and eventually get married in the sales conversation. So that is why when you're selling high-end coaching offers, you need to show up and be visible on whatever marketing platform or musical instruments that you enjoy playing on. Because when you're top of mind, you are the coach that's going to sell. So when you're doing your calls of action, do the call of action at the end, towards the end, because that's what people are going to remember, okay? The end of the webinar, the end of the sales page, top of mind, let them know the last thing was the action to take. Okay. And be visible, send your emails frequently, whether it's doing Facebook Lives, whatever thing marketing you're doing, be frequent and consistent and show up recently so that you stay top of mind. That is an amazing way to invite clients into your world who are willing to spend and invest $100,000 or $10,000 or $1 million in their health, their life, their relationship, whatever niche that you find yourself in. Okay. And so let's go to the fourth cognitive bias. But before then, if you're getting value from this, let me know in the comments below and hit subscribe so we can go deeper into this, okay? So the fourth one is framing. And framing is basically where I remind people that language matters. The words you use matter, and the positioning of the words, where the words are on the page, actually matter. And language is really important because framing is the way that you present the benefits. It's the way that you tell the client the thing about the thing. So let me give you an example. When I was a teenager, when I was probably 13, I found lumps in my breast. And I thought I was dying of breast cancer. So the first doctor I went to, I said to him, am I going to die? And if we have the surgery, are the lumps going to come back? And he said to me, well, yeah, it's 50% chance that you get breast cancer. And if you're going to die, you die from it. It's 50% chance that the lumps are going to come back and we'll take them out. I remember thinking, just kill me now. Because, as a kid who's not even 13 or 14, you're thinking, what are you telling me? Just kill me now. And then when I came to the US to do the surgery, Dr. Maldonado was an amazing doctor. He sat me down and I said, look, am I going to die? Okay. Are the lumps going to come back with just, so how many surgeries do I have to do for the rest of my life? And he said, there's a 50% chance that this will never kill you. There's a 50% chance you're going to live, and there's a 50% chance that they will never come back. It was wrong. They came back a lot of times. But in that moment, my life changed. And I saw myself in now and in the future. I saw myself going to college. I saw myself going to law school. I saw myself going to business school. I saw myself becoming an accountant. I saw myself having children. Just because he told me there was a 50% chance that I was going to live. There's a 50% chance that these surgeries could work. So when he framed it that way, I saw my future. I saw my entire life. So how are you framing things in your business? Is it that there's going to be an 80% success rate, or are you focusing on the 20% failure? We see this in the grocery stores all the time. People who are scared to eat fat. There's a thing that says 90% fat free. But if they sold it to you as 10% fat, you wouldn't even look at it. But because it's 90% fat free and you don't want to eat fat, it's perfect for you. So focus on the chance of success. Focus on the 60% chance that the cancer doesn't come back. Focus on the 60% chance that they will live, the 80% chance of success, not the 20% chance of failure, because framing is super important. It completely supports people to show up because they see themselves in the future. They see themselves in the benefits. The only way a client sees herself in the results that you're co-creating with your $100,000 offer is how you frame it. How you frame it determines whether it will sell, no matter how amazing it is. If you frame it in a way where she doesn't see her future, she's not going to buy it. She will not invest in it, no matter how amazing it is, okay? So that's 4, that's framing. I have a 5th one, and then I have a bonus 6th one for you, okay? And the 5th one, I call the Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk situation. It's confirmation. It's called confirmation bias. And in the last 3 weeks, I've had 3 different conversations with 3 different people who have activated the Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos Amazon situation for me. And I'm going to explain. The first one was my daughter. She's in the 6th grade. She came home and she said, Mom, this person, we'll call her Jessica. Jessica hates Elon Musk because he did something questionable. And I said, okay. And so she said she's never going to buy a Tesla. And I said, oh, okay, but how does this affect me? And she said, I just want you to think about that, Mom, because you're a business coach. And how does that apply for your business coaching and your clients? What if they don't want to buy your coaching offers because they think of you as Elon Musk, and they don't like you? Maybe you should be more like Jeff Bezos. I don't know. That's what Jessica said. So I want you to consider this. And I said, oh, wow. In 6th grade, I was playing with Barbie dolls, probably. I don't know. And then the next day, there's a Tesla down the street. So the next day, I'm taking her to school, there's these 2 men in front of the Tesla, and they were arguing. one obviously hated Elon Musk, and the other one was talking about Jeff Bezos. And I thought, am I missing something here? And he said, the one who loves Jeff Bezos said, you never hear Jeff talking about something like that. Bezos will never do that. But Elon needs to keep his mouth shut. This is a conversation I'm relating. And the guy said to him, well, you know what? I'd rather buy a Tesla. So I'm going to buy my Tesla regardless of what Elon Musk says. Elon Musk says to me, I will buy my Tesla, okay? And I thought that was hilarious. And then a couple of weeks later, my daughter and I were at the beach. And this husband and wife were having an argument about something he bought on Amazon. And his wife said to him, the problem is that Elon doesn't want to shut his mouth. And I thought, you got to be kidding me. I have to make a video about this, okay? And the husband said, but isn't that what business is all about? That's just business 101. He's playing to his people. And Bezos is playing to his people. And then they turned to me and said, what do you think? And I said, well, I don't know. Elon is selling Tesla, okay? And Bezos is selling stuff on Amazon. So the Tesla versus the $3 widget. Bezos doesn't have to say anything for him to attract people to his brand, to buy from Amazon. They're going to buy anyway because it's $3 or $5 or $10, okay? Musk, on the other hand, has to say things that are going to resonate with his people and support them to buy the Tesla, whether they hate him or not. So what confirmation bias is basically people use information as mindset. So they run it through their funnels. We all have limiting beliefs. We all have funnels. We all have belief systems in our minds. And whenever we hear something, we want to either have it confirm what we already believe, our pre-existing beliefs, or have it denied so we can discount it. So if you're thinking, you're somebody who says, oh, I can't stand Elon Musk, well, he's doing it deliberately, okay? He is basically confirming what you believe about him so that it doesn't change your opinion about buying Tesla. And Bezos over there does not have to do anything for you to buy that widget. He doesn't have to say anything or not say anything for you to buy the widget. So you're going to use your pre-existing belief to confirm or deny. And this is why it makes no sense for people to get so hung up on not just politics, because I'm not into politics, but on who they hate and who they don't hate. Those people are just playing up their business strengths. So every time someone who has a business, a coach or Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, whoever says something controversial or whatever, they're just confirming what their tribe believes. So you have to know your people, understand what they think, and then sell to them. Every conversation every business person has is a sales conversation. Okay, every conversation is a sales conversation. And then some random person on the street takes it really personal, gets really upset and gets hyped up and say, I hate this person, I don't like this person. Like my husband and wife who spent 4 hours arguing with each other. Like my daughter who said the whole day at school was basically bashing Elon Musk and saying, why can't he be like Jeff Bezos? I don't care for you. I don't know any of these people, so it doesn't matter to me. And I've never watched the news, so I don't know what's going on. But what I do know is business. And I do know that you speak to your people and you divide them so that the people, you repel who doesn't like you, so they can never come near your stuff, thank God. And then you attract those by playing up to their existing beliefs and confirming what they already believe is true through their eyes. And that's what Elon Musk does really, really well. Everything that comes out of his mouth or that he does is a business decision for the people on his team. So everything you do in your coaching business needs to be not an emotional decision, a business decision, talking directly to the people on your team, activating your Caleb and your Ruth, okay? That's what people do when they sell high-end coaching offers. They don't do that when they sell the $10 offer or the $30 offer or the Amazon widget. They do it when they're selling the Tesla. So what are you selling in your business? Your Tesla or your $3 pen? You need to make that distinction and need to know how to speak to your people, how to repel the people you don't want. You don't need to be controversial, but you need to know the language of the people and their pre-existing beliefs. You need to know how they see the world. So how do you see the world? And then how do your clients see the world? What do you believe is true? What do your clients believe is true? What do you want? What do your clients believe they want? And you give them to that in the offer and the messaging. And what you know they need for the results, you as the expert, is the broccoli that you put in the signature framework. Okay. So again, this is why I use Elon and Bezos as examples of how powerfully you can use repelling your clients, understanding their language and how their window to how they see the world in your own coaching business when you're selling high ticket coaching offers. It may not matter as much when you're selling $100 offer or maybe a $10,000 offer, but it does matter when you're selling a $250,000 offer or $1 million offer. Think Elon and Bezos and whoever else that you connect with when it comes to looking at examples of positioning in high ticket businesses. So I promised a sixth bonus. Let me know how biases 1 through 5 are working for you in your business, not working for you. Have you noticed them? When you're shopping, do you see them? Now you're not going to unsee them, obviously, okay? So the sixth one, the bonus, is what I call the higher expectation frequency. I think it's called the Rosenthal bias. And this is the one where I use this one a lot with my clients because they're self-led, they're resourceful just like you are, you're smart, you're brilliant, and you know exactly what you want. It's the one where when you expect more of people, they rise up and do more. This happens in marriages, in relationships, in dating, and especially also in business. You know, for example, if you fold the socks all the time, you do the laundry and fold the laundry all the time, your husband's probably not going to do it. But if you let him do it, or you create a space where he feels like he can do that, he will always do it. If not, he's going to defer to you and say, well, you do it better, so you just go ahead and do it. But if you treat him like he can do the laundry and he can fold the clothes and take the trash out and pick his socks off the floor, he would do that because you holding him to that standard. It's the same thing in business. When you hold people as brilliant, when you hold them as capable, when you hold them as resourceful, when you hold them as being able to afford the thing because they're resourceful to go create the money for it, when you hold them as smart and competent, that's how they show up to your coaching offer. That's how they show up on the sales page. That's how they show up on the webinar. And that's how they show up to self-lead, to choose the package they want to get into, because you're not telling them they're a victim. You're not telling them they're broken. You're not playing to the story. You're activating the Caleb, the Ruth, the Joshua inside of them and telling them they can take the land. And when they believe they can take the land, they will take the land. So how are you speaking to them? Language matters, words matter, and the energy you bring to the conversation matters to allow people to believe in themselves so they can do the thing that God says they can do. So let me know how all of this lands for you. The first bias is halo, and then there's reverse halo. The second one is serial positioning. The third one is recency and frequency. The fourth one is framing, and that's super, super important because language matters. The fifth one is confirmation. Think of Elon and Bezos. And then the sixth bonus is the higher expectations, okay? Let me know how this lands for you. Hit subscribe, come back for more. Leave your comments below. I respond, and it's been really good having you.